Vidwan T.M. Krishna is at the forefront of classical vocalists in India today and is known in the musical world as a classicist. His tremendous stage presence, his awe-inspiring voice, his great scholarship, and his ability to transcend cultural borders make him one of the greatest ambassadors of Carnatic classical music. He contributes to Carnatic music in numerous ways other than performing. He has started and is involved in many organizations whose work spreads across the whole spectrum of Carnatic music, including research, archives and documentations, taking Carnatic music to various parts of society and to smaller towns and villages, conducting festivals focused at the youth, supporting artists from rural South India who need opportunities to widen their horizons, and spotting youth talent and giving them opportunities. He conducts creativity workshops for corporates and has lectured in various organizations like IIM Bangalore, CII, and Harvard University. He is an author who has co-authored Voices Within, a book dedicated to some of the greats of Carnatic music, and contributes regularly to various journals and newspapers. He has also always been in the forefront to raise very many sensitive issues that affect Carnatic music over the years. He is truly a multifaceted personality, and I would like to welcome him to the stage now.
Okay, guys, first of all, I have only 18 minutes. So I can't devote even 10 seconds on asking you to keep quiet. So first thing I request is give me 18 minutes where I don't need to say that. Okay? Come on, is that a deal? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. 2, I've been asked to speak about something that I've been doing for about 20 plus years in my life in 18 minutes. I've still not figured it out, but I'm still going to talk about it. So if you make any sense of it, please tell me because I'd like to know. And can someone tell me when my time started? Started now? Thank you. So here we go. The biggest challenge, I think, for all of us, especially when we are in school or when we are trying to figure out things to do, is this whole debate between what are the choices that we have. What is the choice? I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to be an engineer? Am I going to be a doctor? Am I going to be a musician? Am I going to be a painter? What? And usually what happens is sometimes a battle between two things. One is what we or our parents or our lovely teachers think are our abilities, and what we really feel is our life, our passion, something that we dream about. In some cases, it's possible that these two things reconcile themselves and they fall into place by sometimes accident. Many times they don't. Many times we battle this whole thing. We've been told, you're very good at math. Why do you want to do something else? You're very good at physics. You should be doing physics. And yeah, we may be good at it. We may have shown skill in it. But is it something that we really want to do? Is it something that makes my stomach go, wow? Make me feel so energized when I spend 6 hours in it? It doesn't. But we land up doing it. We still land up doing it. Because we are told we are good at it. And why we are told we are good at it? Because you got 98%. It still doesn't mean you're good at it. You could be pathetic at it and still get 98%. But the problem is, we do not judge our abilities and our passions as actually being the same. Anything that you have passion for, anything that you dream about, is where your ability lies. Because that's where you will discover. And that's where you will spend time discovering. In stuff at which you get 99%, but don't have your heart and soul in it, you will continue getting 99% all your life. Don't worry about it. But you will never feel that passion. So this is a classic position of choice that we all face in school. And in my case, I'm just going to go through my life very quickly to you to tell you where I am, why I am where I am. In my case, it was actually not so complicated. I don't come from a family of musicians. There's not one professional musician in my family. I come from a traditional business family. My father was a businessman. My grandfather was, I think, he educated to become a lawyer, but became a businessman. My dad actually was very good at math, but was told that he should do engineering, and did engineering, did business. And my opinion, should have never done it all his life, but he still did it. But my mother loved music. My mother sings. My dad loved music. So we are a family of people who loved classical music. So I was told when I was 3, I had this ability, so I was asked to start learning music. I don't believe in prodigies. I only believe in prodigies. So I don't believe there's any word called prodigy. Every individual here has abilities where they really feel and passionately to do. So don't ever fall for that saying, oh, he is a prodigy. That's all nonsense. So first throw that out of the window. So I'm not a prodigy. I started learning not because I had this great genius ability. I just started learning because my parents told me learn. I obviously showed some talent, so I learned. I continued learning 6, 7, 8, 9, continued learning. Preferred playing cricket on the road when my teacher would actually come home and tell me I have party class. I hated the fact that I missed the 1985 Benson Hedges finals fully because I had party class. I hated the fact that I couldn't see the finals in 1984 properly because I had party class. So you can imagine how torturous my life was. So that's how I learned music. When I was 12, an uncle of mine who was very well known in music circles, his name is T.T. Vasu, he's no more with us, suddenly told my teacher, why doesn't this guy perform? And there's this thing they started called Spirit of Youth to encourage young talent. And my teacher decided that I should sing. So I said, yeah, I'll sing. Big deal. What's it? You teach me, I'll sing. So he taught me, I sang. I enjoyed singing, I have to say that. I never did it because I didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I used to scream my guts out as a singer. I never thought I sounded good, but I used to scream my guts out. I sang the concert, and I still didn't think I would become a musician. I still didn't ever think music was my life. I went to high school, 8th grade. I started learning economics, and I loved economics. I loved music, and I loved economics. I loved two things. And 8th, 9th, went on, 10th, 11th, and I started performing a little bit, and I had passion for economics too. So my battle was about two things in life which I really loved. Everybody thought I was stupid to love economics. I'm sure most of you think that too. But anyway, I hope your economics teacher is not here. But if she is here, I apologize to you. I'm sure many of your students do think that. They don't tell you, that's all. But anyway. So when I was in first year college, I joined BA Economics. I started performing a bit. An interesting thing happened is I got into this organization called Youth Association for Classical Music. And to me, that was the turning point. See, when you are a 15-year-old and you say you sing Sarigama Padanisa, most people think you're cuckoo. Or most people think you're outdated living in the 1920s. So what was great about YACM is I met a lot of young people who loved Carnatic music too, who sang it. And those were 1992-90 were not the days that Carnatic music was such a professional field where you had so many people getting so many opportunities. No way. You sing it because you loved it. That's it. Nobody bothered about concerts, bothered about success, bothered about whether you'll be famous and make a lot of money. It's almost impossible to make a lot of money. Even now it's very difficult, let me tell you that. But the point is that community inspired me. And I realized at one point of time I had to choose between the two passions. I had to choose between becoming a musician and going to London School of Economics, which was also the other thing I loved. And I decided that I'll give music a shot. I've never thought about the question on why I decided I'll give music the shot. Actually, an email which I got with a few questions made me think about that question. Why did I choose music? I could have said, take economics, because I loved it. Not about my abilities at all. I loved doing it. I think what music gave me, maybe, this is all retrospective, okay, so I could be wrong, was a kind of a mind which was very different from the mind that economics gave me. And that's not the fault of the subject. That's the way I looked at it. And the point is, music gave me an openness in the way I was as a person that economics did not give me. So that openness is what I was seeking. And so I jumped and took music as my career. I'm not going to go on and say what all I've done. And how many minutes have I done now? 5? Okay. I'm good, thanks. But I started performing. I got a lot of support from my community of musicians, younger musicians, older musicians come in saying, hey, you have some ability, keep practicing. And when I told my father, my parents were, my mother is, my dad's no more, I have to say very, very lovely parents. In the sense, my dad is the kind of person who really did not bother about what choices I took. Only question he would ask me is, are you sure this is what you want to do? And that was the only question my dad asked me. I said, look, I finished college, finished BA Economics, got decent grades. Are you sure you want to do music? I said, yeah, that's what I want to do. So he said, give it a shot. Let's see what happens. And my mother was even easier. She said, okay, just sing. That's it. Yes, I was very lucky that I came from a family where finances was not a big issue. I have to say I was lucky. If I had to provide for my parents, I'm not too sure if this would have been a choice in my life because I couldn't have provided being a musician. But I lucked out there, okay? And I took music. Name and fame did not come easy. I had 5 people at my concerts, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 100, then 200, then 300. That's all. But many people say, oh, there's nobody in the audience, how do you sing? The point is you don't sing for the audience. You don't sing for the people sitting in front of you. You sing because you love that damn thing so much. So you sing. That's it. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether you're singing for 5 people or 10,000 people. It really should not matter. So I'll stop my personal journey right there because I don't think it's too interesting beyond that. I'll just say one more thing. There are 2 aspects about